Alright, so before we get into today's video, I first have to apologize because it's been a while since I've put out any videos on the van life bus conversion stuff. It's been crazy busy. I knew I had to get through the race season, had to get through the wine tour season, and I also knew I had to drop a whole bunch of people off at the airport in December, so I really couldn't take any of the seats out and do any conversions until those couple things were done. Alright, so I apologize for being away on our bus conversion stuff. I did put out a few more videos on my channel. They have to do with granite countertop fabrication, has to do with how to use SketchUp, how to design a house in SketchUp, put some hardwood floors down, tile down, and all those things are still kind of directly related to building a bus because it's hands-on, it's designing things, it's building things, so you might want to check those out too. Alright, so today's video on Design, Build, and Fix, we're going to show you the 2D and the 3D version of what I've come up with in SketchUp and AutoCAD, what this bus could possibly look like. So as you watch the video, don't be afraid to comment down below and tell me things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you like to have changed. And this is version 1. I'm probably going to do another version here shortly, see if I can make this design a little bit better. And remember, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's show you that design. I did this design in two different programs. First program I did it in was AutoCAD, which is a 2D program, and then I moved into a 3D program called SketchUp. And so we'll go through the 2D version first, which is the AutoCAD. As you can see, I have quite a few different designs here. I had to try and figure out where the best placement of the bathroom and the kitchen and dinette and stuff like that was going to be. I actually ended up with this design here. So let's go through a top view version of the bus first. So what we had to work with is a 25-foot bus. The back portion of it is about 5 feet, which is the master suite. And when we're RVing with the family, and when I'm dirt biking, this is where the dirt bikes go. Then we have about 11 feet for the RV portion of our design, and the rest is the engine and the driving seat and stuff like that. So we have about 25-26 feet to work with, and that's how that played out. So let's go through a little bit of a tour here. So you're going to walk up the first steps and come to a landing, and you're going to find the driver's seat is here, and then this area here is a full height cabinet. The very top of it's going to have a door, and that's where the electric panel for the new bus portion, or the new RV portion, is going to go. And then below that is going to be a full height cabinet for storage of coats and shoes and stuff like that. Now I've opted to put in a new electric panel because that new electric panel is going to service all the new stuff that I put in for the RV. I did not want to have to tap into the electrical stuff for the way it sets up now for the bus. I didn't want to deal with that because we have the hydraulic lift and other stuff, so I opted to put in a new electric panel for everything that's going to be new. And so as you come into this bus, you're going to see that we have a dinette that's here, and don't worry about the red lines that are dotted. That's the undercarriage of the bus for framing and things like that. That's actually below the floor. So we'll show you that here a little bit later in SketchUp. But we have a dinette, and this dinette is 38 inches wide by about 64 inches long. And then we have a 12 by 12 cabinet all the way across the top for storage of stuff. And underneath the cabinets you'll have not recessed lights, but 12 volt lights that will help light the dinette area. And as you can see, we have in the seat itself, we have 4 12 volt deep cycle batteries, which is going to give us about 400 amp hours of power. And those batteries can be drained to about 50%, so I have about 200 amp hours of power to help run whatever's on the bus for the lights and anything else that runs on DC. Now the other thing is, connected to this is we have a Victron inverter and converter switch, which will take the DC power and convert it to AC power. And I'm going to do a 2,000 or 3,000 watt inverter, which will help run the TV and the microwave, and it'll basically run the hot water tank if we run it on electric and stuff like that. So that's what that's going to be for. Now, as you can see, we're coming through here. This is also a sleeping area. So you can take the table off, the pedestal lays on the floor, and this goes down to a set of cleats. And these side cushions here actually come down and make the bottom or the cushion part of the bed. So this is 38 by 64, enough space for one person to sleep. So across the way here we have a jackknife sofa. On top of that jackknife sofa we have a set of 12 by 12 by whatever length this is. It's about 78 inches of cabinet, under cabinet lighting also for that. And this jackknife sofa will actually slide out. It's like a futon, which comes out to about here. It's 51 inches wide, and that's going to be large enough for two people to sleep. Moving a little bit further into the bus, we have underneath the bus we have the gray water tank for the shower and the kitchen sink. And this area here, which is completely under the bus, as you can see, this is where the two batteries rest that runs the hydraulic lift and some other things that are currently on the bus. Moving back into this area, we have our kitchen. We have a sink, and then I'm showing here a 2-burner stove, but we're probably just going to use an electric griddle instead of actually using the propane for that. Next to it we have a refrigerator. On top there's a cabinet. Below it, below the cabinets we have a microwave, and below that a refrigerator, and then some storage underneath. This area here is the emergency escape hatch that's currently in the bus. We're going to use this for the opening for the 11,500 BTU air conditioning unit. That will run off of the generator. If I'm at the track, we'll have the generator, and if we're camping with just the family, it will probably have shore power that we can just plug into, and that'll work there. Coming around here we have our bathroom. This bathroom here has a cabinet above it, and then a medicine cabinet below it. We actually have a 24 by 32 shower that's in here, and that drains into the gray tank just below. Moving back into this area here, this is where the dirt bikes go. And one dirt bike will fall this way, one dirt bike will lay this way, and they'll be standing up, and they'll actually be held down with the clamps that actually grab onto the foot pegs. Now I have a shelf that's designed here. It's 2 feet deep, and that shelf is high enough so that dirt bike fenders can go underneath it here, the front fender here, and the rear fender for the other bike will go under here, and that still gives me about 15 inches of space to walk by stuff, even though we have 2 dirt bikes in there. This area is already in there. This is where the air conditioning unit for when the bus is running, and then we have 2 speakers on the side, and I'll show you that a little bit more about that design once we get into the SketchUp version. So that's the 2D version. Let's show you a little bit what it looks like from the side. So if you were to take this drawing here and cut it here and look this way at it, this is what it's going to look like. So you come in here, you come in the steps, you come to the landing, and off to the left hand side you have 3 cabinets with the under cabinet lighting, so to speak, and then our jackknife sofa. Now this window is also a emergency escape window, so it's very easy to get to. You just reach behind it, open the latch, and the window opens up. So we have an emergency escape here. We have a register here. This register the air conditioning comes out of this register, and it comes from the unit that's in the back of the bus that we currently have. So when the buses drive, and the air conditioning will come out this duct on this side. Then you walk down the hall a little bit. We have the 32 by 24 inch shower, a cabinet above it, and then I actually drew a cabinet here in SketchUp. I didn't draw it in AutoCAD. I decided to add that a little bit later, and you'll also see that there's a mirror here. So we have a water flush toilet. This was a little challenging because I couldn't take the black water tank and put it in this area here because that's where the wheel is, and so it has to come down through here and then drop into the black tank. So that's going to be a little bit interesting to make, but it actually worked out. Here's our gray water tank that grabs the water from the kitchen sink and then from the shower. And back here, this is where the hydraulic door goes for the dirt bikes to come in and out. I just put the window there. I didn't bother drawing the lift because nothing about that's going to change. And so if you take a look at the opposite side, so we're cutting it through here looking this way at it. You come up the bus steps, And as you can come up the bus steps, you have the electric panel here, which is behind the door, and then a full height cabinet, and then we have 3 cabinets above the dinette area, another air conditioning duct from this unit as we drive in, and then we have basically the dinette, and under here is where the electric batteries are going to be, and the inverter and the converter that'll work for operating all the electrical stuff on the bus. Kitchen sink, and then an area for a griddle. Again, we have an emergency escape window here, and that's still operational. And then on this side of underneath the cabinet, or underneath the countertop, is where the hot water tank will be. And then over here is where the water pump will be to pump all that water around. Next to it we have an upper cabinet, then a microwave which runs off AC only, about 1,000 watts, so that'll run off the inverter or shore power when we're plugged in. And then we have a DC and AC refrigerator. So if I'm hooked to AC, if I'm running the generator, I'm hooked to shore power outside, this will run on AC, but if I'm driving on the road, it'll run off the batteries off of DC. And there's a switch in there that automatically determines if AC is available or not. Then we have cabinets below, and then back here is where the dirt bikes go. Cabinets above, and ductwork goes through here to get the air conditioning to these back vents here. And then we have our shelf, 2 feet deep, but all the way across. One dirt bike will be here, another dirt bike will be here, and some walking space on this side. Now, when this is the family RV, all the dirt bike stuff will come out, and then there'll be under cabinet light here and here. And I'm going to build a 6-inch platform that rests on the floor, and then I'll put a mattress on there. And so this is the master suite, so to speak. And a couple other things to show you is, if you're looking this way towards the front of the bus, you're sitting here or here, this is the front window of the bus, and the driver's sitting here. Then there's an area up on top here big enough for a 32-inch flat screen TV, and then some decorative wall things here. I may put some electric sconces here, but we'll see what I figure out if I want to do that or not. And then looking at the back of the bus from here down, this is what it looks like from the back. We have the cabinets up here, and then our shelf. Of course, there'll be a support here, big enough for strong enough for us to put supplies or fix something if we have to. And the one dirt bike, the fender fits under here, the handlebars will be up here, and then the other side will be the fender here and the handles over here. And this will also be the master suite. So there's the 2D version. Let me show you what it looks like in 3D in SketchUp. And so here's the 3D SketchUp version. Let's play this animation that I have for you. So basically, the outside of the bus is going to change slightly. Basically, we're not going to change the color of it. We're just going to add some the wrapping on it, and we have somebody that's going to do that for us. These windows will be blacked out because that's where the shower is going to be. And then our hydraulic lift for the dirt bikes is over here. Then we have an emergency door in the back, and then as you can see, I have our shelf. So this is the master suite, and it's also the dirt bike storage area. This window will be completely blacked out because that's part of the where the refrigerator is. We have our hot water tank here, kitchen sink, and then our dinettes here. So we'll go up the steps here in a second, and we'll show you what this thing looks like from the inside. You come up the couple steps, and then we have here the electric panel, the new one, and then a full height cabinet here for storage of whatever we want. Then as you work your way into here, you can see we have a dinette, and in this dinette, this table comes off. The pedestal itself will actually lay on the floor, and then once it lays on the floor, then this table will go down and sit on these cleats that I have, and then this cushion and this cushion will come down and make the bed portion of it. And as you can see, we have 3 cabinets on top. There'll be under cabinet lighting here on all 3 of those, and then we have our air conditioning duct system like we talked about before. And so as we move a little bit further into the RV, we have our kitchen area. We have a 15-inch by 15 or 20-inch deep sink, and then next to it we have a griddle for cooking of stuff. It's probably not going to be a 2-burner. It's going to probably just be an electric griddle. this is where the hot water tank is going to go underneath, and then we have our water pump under here also. And then on top we have a cabinet, 1,000-watt microwave, which will run off the inverter if we're not hooked to anything, or it'll run off the shore power or the generator if we are hooked to it. Then we have a refrigerator, same thing, runs on AC or DC, and that makes up our kitchen. A little bit of storage below, a little bit of storage above. And so as you come back around, you can see this area here, which is the area for our jackknife sofa. And what happens is this slides out here, comes to about here, gives us about 5-6 inches to get through. Probably not enough space to squeeze by if this is down, but that only comes down if you're ready for sleeping. And we have cabinets above, we have under cabinet lighting here, and we have on both sides we have our emergency escape windows. As you come back around, the easiest way to get to it from the video here was to come from the outside, but we're making our way back to the bathroom portion of it. And so you'll have the door, it swings this way. As you can see, there's a mirror here, cabinet on the top, and then a medicine cabinet below it. And we have the flush toilet. It's a water flush. And then from there, as you can see off on this side, we have our shower space. It's 24 by 32. We'll have a curtain rod that hangs there, and that curtain rod of course keeps the water out. And this is not how it's really going to look. I'll have we'll have the handles here, which will hook to a wand sprayer, which you'll have to use instead of having it like a regular shower. So basically there's our bathroom, and this is the main general area of the RV itself. Now we'll take a look back here. As you're standing here at the front by the driver's seat, that's what it looks like if you're coming right up the steps and just looking. So now what I'll do is I'll take you back to the master suite, and we're for the RV or the dirt bike storage space. So back here we have a 2-foot by 5-foot shelf, easy enough for us to store stuff and fix something for the dirt bikes if we have to. Under cabinet lights, of course, and then we have more upper storage for dirt bike stuff or whatever we need. And this is already in the bus. This is the air conditioning unit, and we have 2 speakers that are already there. Just going to leave that, not going to do anything. And the hydraulic lift is over on this side, and I didn't draw it because nothing's going to change with that. So as you come from the outside, you're looking at it from the inside. Hydraulic lift is here. We have the emergency escape door here, and one dirt bike will sit here, one dirt bike will sit here, then enough space to walk around and back in if you have to. The emergency door to get out the back, 2 windows here. We're probably not going to do much with the coloring on those things. I think we're probably just going to leave it. And then this is what it looks like as you're walking towards it. You're walking past the bathroom, kitchen area and stuff like that, and plenty of space to freely walk around in there. I'll have to go back to AutoCAD to find out what that distance is, but I believe it's like 24 inches, so it's plenty of extra space. And so let's take a look underneath the bus. I have the framework of the bus, how it is, and currently we have right in the back, there's 3 fresh water tanks. That's a 30-gallon, a 30-gallon, and a 40, which gives us 100 gallons of fresh water. 65 of it is pretty much what I use when I'm dirt biking, and then about 35 of it's going to be for showers and whatever. And then basically here we have the gray water tank, and that's going to catch the water from the shower and the sink. And then on the back behind the tire here, you'll see we have the black tank, which is going to do the sewer from the toilet. And there's enough space on this side to empty the tank over here, enough space on this side to empty the tank for the RV. And I didn't draw it, but these things are going to be connected. So as it's connected, the water level will go down evenly between all 3 units, and the water pump will pull the water from there and send it to where it needs to go. And there's also going to be a hose bib that'll be probably on this side. I haven't really positioned it yet, but over here for when I wash the dirt bikes in the power washer. And the other thing is the power washer will also but it will actually be stored back in the dirt bike area for that space where we'll walk past it. Cost wise, I figured it out. I'm going to try and save some money based on batteries, and I'm going to make the tanks myself and things like that. So we're running anywhere between about $8,000 and $9,000. So there's our design. Hope you like it, and let me know what you think. All right, thanks for watching the 2D and 3D design possibilities for the shuttle bus conversions. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you like and what you don't like. I'm probably going to do another version of this just to see what other ideas I can come up with before we actually put it down into the bus. All right, so remember, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, we'll see you on the next one.